Now, let me ask you, how many times have you heard the expression, he will change, or she will grow out of it? But is this ever true? Do people change? Now, I have a cousin. Let's call him Boy. Boy is an alcoholic. The worst kind you could possibly imagine. He is trained as a driver and a mechanic, but he can't keep a job for more than a month because he just can't stay sober. He has a family of his own, but he can't look after them because he just can't stop drinking. He once sold his sick child's medicine just so he could buy alcohol. Now, my father has been looking after him and cleaning up his mess for over 25 years. And we all wonder why. I mean, every time he loses a job, my father helps him to clean up and get a new one. Months later, Boy will fall off the wagon again and do something stupid and get fired. Now, this happens without fail every single time. He beats his wife, he beats his kids. My mother tries to counsel him. He listens quietly until my mom finishes speaking, and then he'll get up, leave without a word, come back in an hour or so, totally sozzled to his eyeballs, and walk around the compound insulting my mother until he's removed by security. Boy has been this way for over 25 years. Every time my father gives him another chance, we wonder why he's even bothering with the guy. My father's answer is always the same. He can't change if he doesn't have the chance. Growing up and watching Boy drink himself to destruction, I saw no way in which he could ever change. But in recent years, I started to appreciate my father's point of view a little bit more. You see, alcoholism is a disease, but its cure lies in the sufferer's own desire to overcome it. Boy had never desired to overcome it. In fact, he usually argued that he didn't have a drinking problem, so he had never stood a chance of curing it. But Boy woke up one day, looked around him, and was finally hit by the damage and destruction he was causing to the people who loved him. He woke up one day and suddenly found the strength to admit he had a problem. He woke up one day and finally decided he wanted to live. For the first time, he asked my father not for money, but for help to kick his addiction. He's now been sober for almost 2 years. It took a quarter of a century, but Boy finally decided that he wanted to use the chances my father kept giving him. It had not been easy, but he had been taking things one day at a time since 2 years ago. And he's not suddenly become a saint, but he has been actively working towards improving every aspect of his life where he was failing before. So he's found a job, he's working hard to keep it. He stopped hitting his wife, but they do yell at each other sometimes. He's apologized to my mom, but he can't quite look her in the eye just yet. And Boy finally decided he wanted a different future from the one that he had settled for. And now, let me ask you this. If my father had given up on him at any point during his 25-year suicide mission, what would Boy have done on that morning when he decided to change? Would he have had anyone to turn to? Would he not have thought, well, there's no place he can go for help? And would he not have given up the will to live? So the question is, can people change? Well, I have a theory. I think people can improve. Now, improvement is actually the basic purpose of all living things, especially humans. Everything we do is to improve. We eat to be stronger, we read to be smarter, we work to be richer, we exercise to be healthier, we compete to be better, we walk to go further, we talk to get closer to each other. Every single thing we do is designed on a cellular genetic level to improve some aspect of our lives. We are either improving or we are dead. And even when we are dead, our hair continues to grow. Did you know that? But we also do bad things to improve. People steal to gain wealth. They lie to avoid judgment. They cheat to gain pleasure. They rape to gain power. They drink to feel no pain. For a person to stop negative improvement and start positive ones, a few factors must be present. One, they must admit their faults. Nobody can ever improve in life when they don't even know they have to. Two, they must want to change. The energy to do the right thing has to come from within. Nobody else can do it for them. People may want the best for themselves. People may want the best for them, but they will never get the best unless they want it for themselves. Three, they need a purpose for improvement. Once a person decides that they want to be better, they must have a reason for maintaining that resolve. And there's no stronger motivation for those who have done wrong than the possibility of making things right. 4, and this is the important one, they must have a chance. Motivation will not go far without opportunity. By giving boy a chance every time, chance after chance, my father was simply making sure that when he finally found the motivation to be better, there would also be an opportunity for him to be better. My dear friends, today's message is for those of us who have been wronged, sometimes repeatedly. When the Bible, the Quran tells us to forgive, it's not just for our own benefit so that we can have a clear conscience. It's also God's way of giving sinners a path back to redemption. In order to keep that path open, all you have to do is give them another chance. Now, some say people never change, but I guarantee you that people can improve. All they need is the resolve and the chance. The resolve must come from them, but the chance must come from you. My name is Kojo Yankson, and as long as I have the chance, I'll keep improving. Good morning, Ghana.